So the last session we saw the general structure of morphine structure and its numbering. So morphine is a pentacyclic ring. That means it contains 5 cycles in it. Fine. So the numbering is like this: 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. Right. This is the numbering: 16, 15, 14, 13, 12, 11, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And this is the structure of morphine. So what is the source of morphine? Morphine is a alkaloid. Okay, yeah, it is actually a juice. Okay, isolated from the juice of unripe seed of seed capsule of poppy plant. Juice of unripe seed capsule of poppy plant. Of poppy plant. Its name is Papaver somniferum. Papaver somniferum. You have to remember the source. Papaver somniferum. So it contains numerous alkaloids along with it. Okay. This was the labeling of the parts of morphine ring. This one is tertiary amino group, nitrogen. Okay. This double bond is alicyclic unsaturated link. Okay. This is alcoholic hydroxyl group, while this one is phenolic hydroxyl group, and this one is ether bridge. Okay, these are very important to remember. Okay, because based on this, we'll discuss the structure activity relationship. Fine. So coming to the details of opium, it is an alkaloid isolated from the juice of unripe seed capsule of the poppy plant. Okay, the poppy plant's scientific name is Papaver somniferum. Then opium actually contains numerous alkaloids. Okay, example morphine, codeine, noscapine, also known as narcotin, and papaver. Okay, so all these are the mixture of alkaloids. Juice contains mixture of alkaloids. So these coexist along with morphine. That is 1.2. Remember. So there the alkaloids are divided into mainly 2 types. One is phenanthrene type. Phenanthrene type. And the second type of alkaloids is benzyl isoquinoline type. Benzyl isoquinoline type. Isoquinoline type. So what is an example for phenanthrene type? Morphine is the example for phenanthrene type. So how it would look like phenanthrene? It is a 3 nuclear, trinuclear fused compound. Okay, this is how phenanthrene looks like. So how benza isoquinoline example is papaverine. So what is benzyl? Phenyl ring. Phenyl ring attached to one carbon is benzyl. This is further connected to isoquinoline. You know isoquinoline structure. So this is benzyl isoquinoline type. So there are two types of alkylates, phenanthrene type, morphine is the example, benzyl isoquinoline type, papaverine is the example. This is benzyl isoquinoline structure and this is phenanthrene structure. Okay, so morphine group actually acts on CNS. It acts like depressant as well as stimulant. Depressant as well as stimulant. Okay, and papaverine group has antispasmodic action. What is antispasmodic? Spasms are swellings. Antispasmodic activity. Papaverine group. So morphine is actually a potent analgesic. Okay, but side effects like respiratory depression, addiction, sedation. Okay, morphine actually a potent analgesic. But side effects like respiratory depression, addiction, sedation, they are also included. So we don't want respiratory depression, addiction, and sedation, but we want potent analgesic activity of morphine. So what we did? So we have tried to dissect the pentacyclic skeleton. Pentacyclic skeleton. That means the five-member cycle is there, no, as part of the structure of morphine. We started applying a concept called molecular dissection concept. Through molecular dissection concept, molecular dissection. You know, dissection means cutting down. We have studied and identified pharmacodynamically active component and the one which is responsible for the side effects. So in this process, we got few derivatives of morphines. Okay, and there are a group of scientists who have done this research and we'll see them. Okay, so first let us see early changes on morphine, what they have tried changing. Early changes on morphine. So what they did, first they tried etherification. The alcoholic group is there, no? At sixth position. Alcoholic group. Where is it? This one. Right, you saw sixth position, OH. That is the alcoholic group. They have tried first initially with that alcoholic group by etherification. That means adding some methyl group to the O. Okay. And they did oxidation also. But what they have resulted, the resulted compound was not superior, was not superior than morphine. Right? So then there a group of workers, that means two scientists, Small and Etty. One's name is Small, the other one's name is Eddy. In 1929, they have tried modifying the structure. So what they have modified? So they have found out that C6 hydroxyl group, if methylated or esterified or oxidized or removed or replaced by halogen, okay, what happens? Methylated, that means adding CH3, esterifying, ester, making it an ester, oxidizing, removing, or adding some halogen. What happens? It increases the activity, and also increases the toxicity. What we want actually, we want analgesic activity, but we don't want the toxic activity. But what is happening if we are modifying the hydroxyl group at C6 with methyl group, or oxidizing, or removing the hydroxyl group, or esterifying it, or adding halogen, it is increasing activity, but at the same time toxicity is also increasing. That is one observation made by Small and Eddy. Then further, the other observations of them are like this. If you saturate the double bond at C8 position, you have double bond at C8 position. You remember this cycle was having double bond, right? C8 position. Okay, if you saturate it, that means that is converted into single bond. The double bond is removed. If we remove the double bond, what is happening? More potent compound is coming out. Okay, saturation of C8 double bond, more potent compound. So what is the example? Dihydromorphine. We are adding two hydrogens to remove one double bond. So dihydromorphine. And dihydrocodeine. These are the two potent compounds than morphine. Then if you introduce OH group at 14th position, okay, if you introduce 14th position hydroxyl group, then it gives even more potent compound. Okay, it is also giving more potent compound and also bridging C6 and C14 through ethylene link. That means, so you know the morphine structure. So this is a pentacyclic structure. This is ether bridge, and this is connected like this. You have on this one. This is phenylic. This one. You have one double bond here. So what is in C6? C6 is this one. Okay, here you have OH, and here you have one phenolic group. This is 1, 2, 3, third position, and 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and 9. Okay, so what is in C6 and C14? This is 9, then it is 10, 11, 12. Sorry, this should not be numbered. This junction. So 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, and 14. So this is the 14th carbon. So from here, ethylene link means like this. This is ethylene link. 14 and C6. If you bridge C6 and 14 through ethylene link, okay, what is happening? It gives atorphine. That is atorphine, which is about 200 times potent than morphine. It is 200 times more potent than the morphine. Then what they have tried? They have tried modifying phenyl ring. Okay. So phenyl group actually essential for activity. It is essential phenyl ring. If you modify phenolic or hydroxyl group, decreases activity. If you modify hydroxyl group, decreases activity. And if you substitute anything on phenyl ring, that will diminish the activity. So any substitution will lead to diminished activity. That is the observation they have made regarding the phenyl ring. Then they have tried modifying tertiary nitrogen. So when nitrogen which is linked to alkyl group, if it is the alkyl group is, if it is a pentyl, n-pentyl, straight chain pentyl or hexyl, it will have agonistic properties, agonistic. But if you put allyl morphine, allyl group, then it acts as antagonist, narcotic antagonist. Okay, so what is allyl group? Like this. Like this, you have ring wrong. So this nitrogen, okay, if it is having allyl group, that will act as antagonist. But if you have an pentyl or an hexyl group, that is alkane, when you have alkane, it is acting like agonist. When you have alkene, it is acting like antagonist, particularly allyl group. Okay, these are the observations made by Small and Eddy. Okay, so remember the morphine is pentacyclic structure, and remember the numbering. So this is ether link. So this is the ether link, and tertiary nitrogen, all these things, and these are the observations. So early changes are done on alcoholic group, but it has resulted in a superior, not resulted in any superior compound. Then Small and Eddy performed in 1929 C6 hydroxyl group. So it resulted in increase in activity as well as toxicity. Then they have observed saturating double bond at C8, but it has given more potent compound, that is dihydromorphine as well as dihydrocodeine. And 14th position hydroxyl group is more potent. Okay, and if you bridge C6 and C14 through ethylenic bridge, fine, that is giving etorphine, that is 200 times more potent. And phenyl ring is essential for activity. Hydroxyl group modification will decrease activity. Any substitution on phenyl ring decreases activity. And coming to tertiary nitrogen, if N-pentyl and N-hexyl are attached to nitrogen, that acts as agonist, while allyl group is attached to the nitrogen will act as antagonist. Okay, so these are the observations made by Small and Eddy in 1920. Then there is another group led by Grue. Okay, in 1949. Scientist called Grue tried some modification. What he did, so his modification resulted in a class of compounds called as benzomorphinol. Benzomorphinol. And benzomorphinol. So let me show you the structure of benzomorphinol and observe the difference by comparing it with morphine. So this is the structure of benzomorphinol. So what is the difference? Here you don't have ether link. Here you don't have ether link. So it is a tetracyclic compound. Okay, so this is benzomorphin. If you see the numbering 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. This one is 13, 14, 15, 16. Okay, so this is benzomorphinol. And the other category is benzomorphan. Benzomorphan. So how it looks like? So here you are removing another cycle. This ring will be removed. Okay. So remember, if you remove ether bridge from the morphine, that will result in benzomorphan. From benzomorphan, if you remove the cyclohexyl ring, that will result in benzomorphan. So how its structure is? So this is it. R2 and this position R1. We have a CH3 here, and this is a phenyl ring. OH you have. So the numbering changes here. Okay, so the numbering starts from this ring 1, then goes to 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, then again 6, 7, 8, and this ring is given separately. 1 prime, 2 prime, 3 prime, 4 prime. That's it. So it is clumsy. I'll remove numbering. So get the clarity between the structure of morphine and benzomorphinol, and benzomorphinol and benzomorphan. From morphine, if you remove the ether linkage, that will result in benzomorphinol. From benzomorphinol, if you remove the cyclohexyl fused ring, that will result in benzomorphan. Okay, and these two benzomorphinon and benzomorphan are the series found by Greve, Greve. Okay. So what observations they have made regarding benzomorphinon? So morphinons and benzomorphinons, okay, their derivatives have been synthesized actually by these guys. Okay. So there is no ether bridge between C4 and C5. Okay, carbon 4 and carbon 5. So the LEVO form of morphinon possesses analgesic activity while dextro form is cuff depressant. LEVO, that means optical activity, minus, is having analgesic activity, pain relieving activity, while dextro form, that is plus isomer, is having cuff depressant activity. That is one observation. And if you have hydroxyl group at position 3, that is this one. Okay. And if you made it etherification to that hydroxyl group, it will enhance the activity. Hydroxyl group. Sorry for that. (3OH) etherification will enhance the activity. What is visible? Fine. So now it is visible. Okay. If you etherify hydroxyl group at third position, that will enhance the activity. Okay, enhances the activity. And if you hydroxylate C14, where is C14? Here. If you put hydroxyl group, C14 hydroxyl group, if you put, okay, so it will have both agonist as well as antagonist activities. Agonistic plus antagonistic activity. If you put hydroxyl group at C14. And N-ethyl derivatives lack activity, and N-allyl compound like levolorphan is a potent antagonist. That means nitrogen, if it is added with allyl group, that will be antagonist as saw earlier. And N-furfuryl and N-acetophenone analogs are more potent than levorphenol. N-furfuryl means this furan. If you add furan ring to the nitrogen, that is N-furfuryl, and acetophenone, N-aceto COCH3 phenyl. Here we have to add N. Okay, acetophenone. These are more potent than levolorphenol as antagonists. So these are the observations. So remember, LEVO form is analgesic and dextro form is cuff depressant. If you put hydroxyl group and that is etherified, that will enhances the activity. And carbon 14, if added with the hydroxyl group, will show both agonist as well as antagonist activity. And if allyl group is added to the nitrogen, that will show antagonist activity. And the same nitrogen, if is added with furfuryl group or acetophenone group, that is more potent antagonistic in activity. So these are the observations made by Greve regarding benzomorphinon. And what are the observations he made regarding benzomorphons? Let me Clear the board. So regarding benzomorphons, the trimethyl compound is more active than dimethyl compound. That means here already one methyl group is there. If you put one more methyl group at R1, that is dimethyl. It is not reflecting there. Okay, this CS3 is already there, and if you put R1 also CS3 and R2 also CS3, that is trimethyl. If you put only one out of R1 and R2, that will be dimethyl. So what it is? So trimethyl compound is more active than dimethyl compound. That is first observation. We are talking about benzomorphin. Okay, and N-phenylethyl. N-phenylethyl group is more active than N-methyl. That is second observation. If you introduce methyl group in 9th position, okay, what is 9th position? This at R1 is 9th position. Okay, that will increase the activity. Increases activity. And if you see, pentazocine and cyclazocine are classic antagonists from benzomorphin series. So the examples of antagonists are pentazocine and cyclazocine are examples belonging to benzomorphin category. Okay, and finally, N-allyl and N-cyclopropyl that will be antagonist in activity. Examples are levonorpol, naloxone, and naltrexone. So naltrexone, naloxone, and levonorpol are the examples for benzomorphin antagonists. So this is all about modifications by groove and modifications done by small and eddy, and some general points of early changes that were made on morphine. And we need to see about modifications by Eilib and Schaumann as the last part of this structure activity relationships that we'll do in the next class.